not like completely like. There are better arguments than that, I would say.
Yeah. I mean, I can't even really decide because it's only one game, right? I mean,
Yeah, it's only
obviously,
one game.
obviously, if you watch the game, you know that Yida actually earned that win against Dian, earned that one game won, but then, you know, one game is not gonna make all the difference here. I don't think so. In the first 11, us two, that's the important part. That's the win by 2. So, you know, still a lot of things can happen. The one game difference might just vanish into thin air right when Ponpoko finds their rhythm, fires up all cylinders and then gone. Ponpoko might win this. But then obviously you can say the same to Yida as well. So I do still think it is a tight matchup. Point when you're at the lower bracket finals, you know, these two players have fought very well to be able to be here, to represent Group B going into top 60. So there's a lot on the line here. Looking at the charts though, you know, Ponpoko actually has a slight edge, don't you think?
Yeah, it looks a bit bigger.
Slightly. Back to the question, you know, Pixel, your thoughts on these two?
Yeah, Ponpoko actually is kind of tough to tell about these two still. Because, like, when we last saw them, they just get obliterated by the L. So I cannot tell much about it.
I mean, yeah, Ponpoko's fresh off the win.
Yeah. But Ponpoko, I think Ponpoko freshing off the win, like, how should I describe this? I'm trying to, like, describe their playstyle, but it's just more or less like a balance between every area. Even the graph says that.
Even the graph says that, but obviously the stats doesn't say it all. We'll see about that in the actual game. See about that. Good luck funds are being traded out, and definitely they'll need that luck and a bit of fun as well. It doesn't really hurt to have some fun. But obviously the level of this match will be important. You win, you go through. You lose, you do not. And let's not mention who you're facing if you win. We don't talk about him. We get this lower bracket finals of Group B underway. Ponpoko against Yida.
Okay, Ponpoko doing pretty well right now.
Yeah, it's just basically the gameplay that these two have been showing us throughout the day already. Lots of garbage trading, lots of, you know, conservative setups, trying to fight their time, look for the best, and maybe just slightly hoping for your opponent just do something wrong and then you capitalize on it.
Yep.
Interesting setup from Pon. 1918, but Yida has that crazy amount of clean garbage, and I think for today though, Pixel, you would agree that, you know, clean garbage has played quite an important part. Obviously, there goes.
Yeah, but it is indeed like clean garbage is much more important than those cheese at this level, because players are able to clear through the cheese so quickly, unlike in the lower levels where they just get stuck with cheese, and cheese could be more important than those clean garbage.
Yeah, true, because all the players today, they have great mastery about, you know, facing cheese, and they're able to get out of situations pretty well. But I mean, at the end of the day, you know, unless you are the guy on the grand finals waiting for these two, really, you're just trying to look for that clean garbage. It really helps you have a better chance at winning the game.
Ponpoko playing a bit faster, like usual.
Slightly faster, not much though. At least his APM stats are a little bit advantages, but I guess you can say Yida's tanking a little bit, as he was against Amber a little bit during that very, very thrilling set.
Imperial Cross. Denied.
What a skim by Pond there, getting out of trouble, staying alive. That's a nice triple as well, keeping that right well open. Back down to bottom again. It is something interesting about Yida because it's like he adjusts his gameplay according to the round, honestly, because you see some games like, against Amber, as I'm saying, you know, he looks like a defensive player. I mean, any player goes up against him in Tetra League, you play against him, like the first 30 seconds, you'll be, oh, he's a defensive player, he's gonna tank, but then his ability to just switch up into an offensive attack is, I don't know, it's that good. And I mean, I guess that's just one thing that really separates these players from, you know, amateurs and players playing in Tetra League. I mean, just their ability to be aware of their board, to be aware of, you know, their ability to attack and defend as well. It really makes the difference to qualify him for the TWC here as Yida picks up game number 3. On that missed drop of arm. So not exactly the start that I think Pon was looking forward to, but see if they can recover from this.
Yep. Seems like Ponpoko has some cheese at the bottom. Yida also has a 2-line. I wouldn't say it's a cheese. You can use it to make a count to 4, and there we go. Ponpoko is now also doing middle well. Back to back 3 now. Make that 5. Make that 6, 7.
Here comes the stack, and I mean,
and it's gonna be 9. It's gonna be 10. It's gonna be 11. It's gonna be 12, 13, 14, 15.
No way. No way, right?
16.
Still popping.
17. 18. Just 9-0ing now. 19.
Yeah, that's...
Denied.
Oh,
okay.
There goes. That's the power of a Japanese stack right there. I mean, some solves right there. I don't think most of us could have seen that with like a couple of spins and such, and everything just felt like normal, honestly. Kept up that 19 back-to-back, but still Yida's just taking all of it like it's nothing. So I think that might be the difference as well, because obviously we've seen crazy back-to-backs. Especially with Yida himself, this is probably, you know, using his own potion against him. Stacking massive back-to-backs and then getting that crazy attacks, forcing the other player into such a defensive position, honestly, trying to keep up the pressure for as long as you can.
Both of them are about even in the VS score, like almost the same, actually.
Yeah. It's a great stat to look at because the VS score also, you know, takes into account sometimes, you know, when you're trying to block off, you know, garbage and things. The stats like APM, BPS doesn't really tell, you know, it does tell, you know, how good you are offensively, but I think defensively, especially for the recent months or so, you know, defensive play has been much more crucial during, especially competitive Tetris at this level. You really need that defensive skill, knowing, being aware of your board, being concise of where your placement, when to upstack and when to, you know, bail out. That's really important to winning games here.
Massive spike from Yida. That's going to take out Ponpoko's 4-0.
Exactly the point I was saying. It's just, yeah, a bit of a tough board, honestly. Bit of a long game, though, honestly. Ponpoko doing well, keeping that real long. And it looked as if Ponpoko was on the upper hand during that entire set. Just a little bit of unfortunate board stacks, and there he goes, and this one as well.
No. No. No.
This is still staying alive.
Staying alive. Staying alive. Oh my god.
He's still staying alive. Oh boy. Now he gets his board down to rock bottom.
And he... Nah. No, no.
And then back up again.
No. There's no way you survive this, right? Okay.
Nah, okay.
I mean, like, every time I said no one there survived, I'll freak out. That's how it is.
I mean, true. I mean, what happens? We've seen a lot of like crazy downstacks today. They just keep coming. Neutral stacking back again, just some very casual stacking from both. And I think so far Yida has been on the upper hand as well. Oh, because back to the point I was saying, defensive skills. I think Yida has that upper edge, knowing when to tank, when to transition into an attacking setup, very like effortlessly, like that.
From Yida.
Exactly my point I was saying. It's already 6-0. A match that, if you compare their, mechanical skill, stacking, attacking, everything, it looks rather close, but it's just down to the decisions, the small decisions that they're making in the end that really is setting Yida apart from Ponpoko. Here comes the PCO spam.
5 PPS, 280 APM. Nice.
On a double 24 as well. Maybe that's something Ponpoko needs to find. I think that one-round win might be that morale boost that Ponpoko needs here. Might be going into their groove here. We'll see about that. Yida's board looking dangerous. There we go.
That looks like the morale boost that Ponpoko needed.
That is crucial, actually. Maybe that one-round win, and now they're feeling it. I mean, at this point of competition, we talked about endurance a lot already. I mean, just the slightest of things that really helps you keep you at it, really helps you a lot. Not that, though.
Not that one. 7-2.
Yida restoring that 5-point lead. He's only 4 away. A lot to catch up here for Ponpoko. We'll have to see.
$18 for Ponpoko. Yida still surviving. Ponpoko send some more.
Looking to send some more garbage over, but just not being able to find any. Running out of material here. Ponpoko might be on a back-to-back here. I feel it.
Definitely on it. 8, 9, 10, 11.
I feel it.
12, 13, 14, 15.
I can feel it coming. Here we go.
16, 17, 18, 19.
Oh my god. Can we
20,
get much higher?
21, 22, and there it goes.
Oh yeah, but Yida's still tanking off so well.
Yeah, that's some good tanks from Yida, and it's still surviving after that 22 back-to-back.
I mean, even with that back-to-back boost on that garbage attack, it doesn't really make that much of a difference to Yida still being able to get himself to a good position, and I guess utilizing that massive extra lines of garbage so well as well. But I guess at this point, when you're Ponpoko, when you're in his shoes, I mean, you're down 5 points, you're gonna have to pull off every single trick in the books. That's a great STSD. You're gonna have to pull off like every trick in the book just to be able to grab a point. There it is, and that includes back-to-back as well. That was 12. That STSD was a continuation going to back-to-back 12. He's just like throwing all the wild cards on the table now. There's no turning back here.
Okay, T-spin quad. Misdrop there, I think. Nah. Okay.
Still surviving. Still holding on.
Yida setting for STSD. Back-to-back 14, 15, 16, 17. No.
Yeah. was about to say he did have a couple of like 3 lines of cheese below. I don't think that will be able to, a bit favorable to keep back to back.
Ah, that missed off from Yida is gonna be painful. And he survives.
Gets out of it in time.
Nah.
No, okay. Continuation from Pond though. Finds himself in a good position. Now 4-7 on his way back here. This is what we want to see here. Great efforts from both, especially that fighting spirit from Ponpoko.
And Ponpoko's on the back-to-back hunt again.
Uh-oh. I sense it.
On
Yida's
8.
up top as well. And the 4 from Yida is absolutely insane. That is aggressive. Staying alive,
Yida is
though.
able to make advantage of all that back-to-back sent by Ponpoko.
Yeah, it's staying alive. It's about utilizing garbage. Obviously, back-to-back bonuses. You get extra garbage lines sent to your opponent, and then that's just extra lines that your opponents aren't gonna be able to work with. And Yida's just utilizing it so well.
Back-to-back. Nah, not going for a back-to-back again, but Yida surviving again.
Yeah. Has that massive well in the middle. Really gonna help him out there. So we're just back to where we were again as we reach the 90-second mark. Both players just trading garbage.
14 from Yida. Ponpoko
Looking.
not surviving.
Yeah, looking for that timing, as I was saying. Just throwing back and forth at each other. And then suddenly someone sends a spike at the wrong time, and then, well, it is 8-4 to Yida, though, so all the points to lead, but Ponpoko's still within this. But it is a tough deficit, which is still being maintained very well by Yida.
Seems like there's not much going on yet. We're dead silent for a couple of seconds there, just because, like, yeah, they're just safe. They're able to cancel everything. They're fine.
It is honestly not a lot, and it is like the general gameplay during the entire game, because everyone is the level of players here. They're just good at openers. They know how to fend off early pressure. They know how to, just not do something silly and top out early. It all just comes down to the mid game where the attack setup starts to kick in, and you have garbage from your opponents to affect your board and be able to utilize it for your own attacks as well. So a lot of things that are factoring, and honestly, it has to come from the interactions between these two players, which is sending garbage to each other. That's when the fun starts to happen. And until then, it's just just stalemate essentially.
Ponpoko blocks the well with that eyepiece. Not sure if that's the best way to do it. Maybe it's a misdrop, but gets that well anyways. Gets down to it. Yida with a few misdrops, I think. Maybe just one,
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But Yida is still able to get down from all of that. Not anymore.
Yeah, his board keeps flashing red. There we go. 5-8 Ponpoko. Still trying to keep the match in range here for Ponpoko. He's doing all he can. I mean, it's a lot of pressure. I mean, Pixel, when you're down by that much in a match where decides the fate of both of them, it's just a lot of pressure going on. But
it is a lot of pressure, but I think it's also worth it. Getting a chance to play in the World Championship is not something everyone can get.
Very true. I mean, the top 64 made it here now, fighting their hearts out, showing the world what they're capable of. I think that's the sort of pride that every player here really has.
Yida misdrops the T-spin. Goes down very well.
Yeah, it goes down. Luckily, he had that upstack from before, saving him there. Now counters back as well.
Yida is doing just fine. Ponpoko doing just fine. Both players are stacking okay. Not much is going on around here. There's just a few T-spin. Nah, no quad. Oh, there's a quad. Okay, that's not a T-spin from Yida. Ponpoko has a lot of cleans to work with here.
Yeah, I mean, as long as these players have, an attacking setup to work with, whether it's a garbage well or anything.
And Ponpoko stops the SPs, able to get the eye down. I actually thought like they wouldn't get it down, but they got it down. That's good.
But as long as they get an attacking setup, they don't have to upstack or they don't have to worry about their board down stacking. And I mean, they're just gonna go ham.
Ham indeed, 24 from Ponpoko.
Just a stalemate here as we approach the 2-minute mark. Going closer to garbage margin here. So do a center back-to-back.
Back-to-back hunting again for Ponpoko. 5, 7, 8.
Well played on Motia. Yida has a massive well in the middle though. That's my work.
But Ponpoko is able to cancel all of that and send back a few lines.
I mean, it's still gonna be back and forth. As I said, once they find that groove, they have that setup. They don't really have to worry about, how to get my board back up to attack again and how to, defend when your opponent's sending lines to you like that. Why does it always have to be like when I start to present a point, then someone does something? What is this? What is this? I'm getting mad at this. This is not fair. At least it proves my point, so I guess that's something I should be happy about. Yeah.
Yeah. 8-6 now. Yida is leading. Ponpoko setting up middle well. Gets a 10 spike from that quad T-spin setup. Yida right now doing a T-spin. Actually, it could be 2 T-spin doubles here. There we go. And sets up another one. That's back-to-back 2.
More white action there,
3,
actually.
4.
Oh, he's hunting.
Some garbage. Destroys the back-to-back. However, we'll be able to make it work around this time. Able to go down through all this garbage.
Ponpoko's on it, though.
Yeah, Ponpoko's still on the back-to-back. This is 12 now. And Ponpoko's going to take that one. It's 8-7.
That really worked out for him. 338 versus. Finally, the back-to-back kind of making the difference as well, because so far during the day, it's either players can do a back-to-back 20 plus, or the back-to-back actually helps the opponent to tank because they have extra garbage lines.
Yep. Ponpoko has a T-spin and a quad. Okay, that's a quad. Okay. Quad. Yida T-spin. Yida misdrop a piece. This should be fairly easy to clear. Unless Ponpoko pressures way more than what I'm seeing right now.
Maybe back-to-back is the formula that Ponpoko is really going for, because I do find very intriguing there when Ponpoko really hits that back-to-back chain. They really feel like they're comfortable with that. They can just keep on stacking until like the end of the world. Oh my goodness me!
An amazing combo there. Able to put Yida out with that 13-ish lines of cheese and clean, so that's to be 8-8 tied.
Yeah. Finally, we're back tied, and this game just opens up again, back to a first to 3. That was an impressive setup for Ponpoko as well. 22 into a 13. I mean, now all of a sudden, it came from like a matchup that looked to be like a runaway game for Yida, but now Ponpoko has found that rhythm, and I guess back to back is that formula. I mean, at this point, Yida doesn't really have any sort of things like back in the games where he was fending off back-to-backs, like he was just canceling garbage like it was normal, but now that just doesn't seem to work anymore for some reason. Now Ponpoko takes the lead.
Yeah, Ponpoko takes the lead, is 2 points away from taking the set.
Seeing a comeback here, ladies and gentlemen. Ponpoko might be on his way to pull off something rather incredible.
Ponpoko right now is tanking a lot.
Yeah, just getting his board stable. I think that's rather important. I think he's found, you know, sort of like
Nice
what he wants to do
nice
with.
donation.
I think he just knows like what Yida's capable of now. Getting into that rhythm, adjusting his game plan well, giving him the lead. That's so important now.
Yida's in trouble right now.
Yeah.
But Ponpoko's even in an even worse trouble with all those self-made cheese.
It's always tough to misdrop getting yourself in a bad position here, especially up high. Oh my god. No way, right? Yeah, no way, right? DT cannon off the garbage hole. That's gonna do game 10. What was that recovery? No way, you saw that. Wait.
Yeah, that's an amazing recovery.
No way. He recovered from the misdrops and then sets up a DT cannon on top of garbage. Like he's doing it again. No way, right? He's gonna win this one.
Yeah,
no
he's gonna
way.
win that one. 11-8. Amazing.
Wow. That's definitely one way to cap off your comeback. Like, no. What?
And look at that. Look at that stat. 7 rounds in a row.
7
for
rounds. 6 in a row for Yida. After a good start, Ponpoko looking for that rhythm. Bit of fluctuation in the middle, and then 7 rounds. That last 2 rounds were exceptional as well.
Yeah.
And I mean, what do you have to say about that? Especially like that recovery.
Yeah, that recovery is insane. Like, who in their right mind would make a DT above all that garbage?
How do you even spot that?
How do you spot that? Like, I mean, I wouldn't, but I guess it works.
Someone get an analyst in here. I don't know if I can see that. There's no way, right? Yeah, I'm gonna check the replays after this, but like, no. I mean,
yeah.
Oh yeah, and then
all right.
There was.
Ponpoko takes it. Ponpoko is now qualified to the top 16. Yay!
But yeah, that as well. And I mean, some people early on were mentioning, you know, Ponpoko didn't take a game off Diao, and now and Yida did, but now Yida lost to Ponpoko. Does that mean? Are you thinking the same thing as I am, Pixel?